Today's video is on a Kubota RTV 900. There may be some other sizes that this will apply to as well, and including even the newer ones and designs. This is the diesel. It's a solid axle. If you're curious, there are two different designs. They're independent rear suspension and solid axle. And what I did was, before I shut it off, I went ahead and put the back end up just a little bit. I didn't raise the front. My objective was to get the oil to run towards the front of the oil pan, because that's where the drain plug is. And what I did was I raised the bed, and I've got a hydraulic on this one. And so since my hydraulic is now off, on the side here there's a protective safety device that you can put on your cylinder to keep it from dropping in case a child or somebody comes along and starts to fiddle with your gear or with your levers. It doesn't drop down on you, or if you have a hydraulic failure of any kind. So the engine's warm. We have access to the engine, and let's see if we can show you what we've got here. We've got a starter and alternator. Underneath the alternator we have the oil filter, all easily accessible, and then underneath there we're going to drain the oil. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, here we are, we're underneath, and if we go to the front of the engine, the oil pan, we can see ourselves having a bolt here. I've already loosened this one up. This one is I believe it's a 14 millimeter. I had to use a crescent wrench in order to do that. So anyway, I'm going to loosen that up and let that start to drain. Alright, here we are. The oil is coming out nice and controlled. It's coming out of the front of the drain pan, and we're just going to go ahead and let that complete its process, and then we'll come back. Okay, here we go. The old filter is out, and it's been removed, cleaned up. Now I've got a new filter to install, and let's just put this one on. Make sure you use a filter that's quality. This one happens to be a CarQuest, which is the same as a Wix. Wix has a good brand name. Kubota, if you want to go to Kubota, will have a good brand name. Do not use bad brands that have a bad reputation, like Fram or some of the other no names that you might find that are really cheap. Spend an extra $5 or so. You've spent a lot of money on your equipment. You might as well have some good filtration. Okay, oil filter is in place. The oil drain plug has been replaced. Here is going to be the fill cap, and we're going to put some oil in to that. And then when we want to check it, over here on the passenger side, if you want to call it that, is going to be the oil dipstick, so that you can check the level. So, time to fill. Alright, this is the conclusion. Went ahead and filled it up and ran it for a little bit in order to put oil into the oil filter. Checked the level again finally with the oil dipstick, and everything looks good. So that concludes the oil change.